right, so I'm gonna just think about the energies of today for a second. I mean, I get like a really gentle energy about like the divine masculine wanting to put like garlands on the feminine, like in a way, like just very like claiming her. I'm gonna say her, but I mean the feminine energy, and that can be any gender. Claiming her as his own, but in a like really in the most minimal fashion possible, because they don't like a lot of attention drawn to themselves in that regard, and they're not used to doing that because they're used to just having their choice and roaming from this person to that person, or but they know that it's like time is ticking, and they're going to lose their opportunity if they don't act and actually claim her. So just pardon me if I'm saying her and him, but it's like shorter than saying masculine, feminine sometimes. All right. Yesterday I saw a really nice car. Oh my gosh, I'll show you. It's like, it was incredible. It was this vintage Porsche. Sometimes in Montreal they have fast car related events, like the Formula One, and I guess this other one. Like, oh my gosh, like what? Okay, I'll show ya. Look at this car. It's like a vintage Porsche. I'm a bit of a car nut, so I was like, what? Like, look at that. Like, oh my gosh. Whoever designed that Porsche is a great human being. Okay. Like, maybe there's one more angle. I think I got that. Like, it's so rare when every angle of the car is like perfect, you know? Like, wow. You know, when I went to art school and they were trying to teach us sculpture, it was all about like, how does it look from every possible angle? And that's like on par with a Michelangelo sculpture, just great from every angle. Anyway, so whoever owns that car is a lucky person. Okay, so here we are in our reading. I think I only have to look up one definition. We have first the fairy stone. Good fortune. Yay! I got like a really... Sorry. Okay, whatever. When I picked up this card, I don't know, I'm so giggly this morning, but that's better than being sad, so forgive me. This card was super vibey. And like when I went to Scotland with my friend Josephine, and we went to the Isle of, what was it called? The Isle of Skye. I'm so scared I'm saying the wrong island, but I think I'm right. That one. Anyway, in order to go to that island, you have to ask the fairies permission. Yeah, anyway, and it was a really like intense place, and it was pretty magical. And there's and just by chance, I happened to, just when we were walking around this old graveyard, we happened to see like Alexander McQueen's gravesite, and there was this like lookout point too, where the wind was howling up the hill and into the fence, and it was creating music, and it was like there was just a bunch of, and then there's this like fairy glen that was like really intense. And I also really wanted to see the Loch Ness monster, and I'm not even kidding you, like, because like we did go to actual Loch Ness, like, and I didn't see anything, but like when I was walking near the beach, on the Isle of Skye, the channel between Scotland and the island. I'm not kidding you. Like, I saw like this sort of head poke up, and then I saw like an arched back of a black, and it was just like this in this picture here, but more like less like a whale. But this, if I hide the head of the whale, it's like it looked like that, and then like this. Anyway, so if there's people that say that there's either more than one, or like they're also being seen outside of that lake and in the channel, I can high five that, because I saw something and it didn't look like a fish or a seal. Anyway, so fairy stone, good fortune. Oh, okay, wait. Can you hang on a second? I'm really distracted. Wait, just 1 second. Okay, we're good. I can focus now. Also, it's like really blue sky today. I'm really happy about that, because I'm all for the most days of summer we could possibly have in Montreal, which we've got a late start. It's like the end of May and it's still kind of cold. All right, so good fortune. I'm open to receive all the goodness the universe has to offer me at all times, in all ways. So call upon Fairy Stone to help you remember that you have good fortune, and all the goodness the universe has to offer you it's all right there. And like the word remember is like putting puzzle pieces together. So it's not like you don't have something, it's like you forgot you had something. So whether it's love or good fortune or anything else, you have to like put your puzzle pieces back together and remember that you have all that stuff like right there, like in the moment. And I haven't read the book The Power of Now, but I kind of like grasp the notion of being in the moment and how powerful that is, as opposed to dragging your mental behind like in different directions that are not in this moment. And it's very powerful to be in that kind of magician persona, to just be in the moment and create, fearlessly manifesting like what you perceive is yours, like in the ether and stuff that you want to bring down. So it's like Fairy Stone is here to remind us that we do have access to good fortune. And then my glasses go back on because there's words. So just the affirmation is, I'm open to receive all the goodness that the universe has to offer me at all times and in all ways. You know, it's like if you think of yourself like a really good record, like a classic record that everybody has, you know, like at one time everybody had like whatever, some Rolling Stones album. I don't want to like, I prefer the older stuff, but or like, you know, in the 80s when I was in high school, people were freaking out over like how everybody had like Dark Side of the Moon. You know what I mean? So like, but that I don't want to like choose that album because it's like I can't get like 100% behind Pink Floyd, but because they became so different in the latter part of their career. You know, and the whole Sid Barrett thing. But okay, let's think of like a really perfect album. Okay, like I like Rick James street songs. So like let's say you have like you represent your own perfect album. And like what is that song? Like what does it sound like, and what, you know, like it's really important to like be an expression, even if it's just an energetic expression of that perfect communication of who you are. And then you let that just translate itself into life. But, you know, you don't have to do more than just hold like the right frequency, because then the universe talks to you in like different ways, like bringing you friendships or opportunities and stuff that like match that frequency. And I find that like when I'm in the moment and I just sort of, there's a lot of things that we can't and we're not supposed to fix, you know, but that you can fix with having the right like frequency or harmonizing with things you actually want, like in the moment. So no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what situation you find yourself in right now, if you start living in the moment and making like harmonizing with what you truly want, you know, hopefully that's a good thing. And you'll see like people will react to you differently. Like people can pick up on the frequency that you're putting out, and it's like a gift you can give every day, like to radiate that kind of connection with the universe and your positive outlook. And I mean, you know, in the States, like everybody loves like the comeback kid and stuff. So it's like allow yourself the freedom to be that like comeback kid in your own life, and that you can defy expectations with changing your frequency and kind of stuff you're bringing in. And like the fairy stone is reminding us to remember that and to like bring back all of the pieces of you, which include total abundance. Sometimes like we can't wait for like schools or work or family and friends to validate that kind of awesomeness that we can be. And we have to find it within ourselves and our connection with spirit to have that validation, so that, and then we can either just live a great life or inspire others because they saw such an amazing transformation. You don't really have to stress about the results of that, but it feels better to live in the moment than to drag around your past or to fearfully anticipate the future. It's like you can't really, it's not as practical. It's like if you applied for a job and like one job is like, can you come into the office every day and like sit at a desk and worry about the future? Like, and you would get paid like minimum wage. And then there's another job like, hey, can you show up and dig through this pile of garbage that is like your past all day and like look at objects and contemplate them, and I'm going to pay you minimum wage? Or the third job is like, can you live in the moment and bring down the miracles into your present moment and connect with all that is, and you get paid like beyond your imagination? So I think like we all want like the third option, right? Okay. Get on with it, Laura. Okay. So we have the Justice card. It's weird, like when you wear glasses and earrings, it's like it automatically you're over accessorized, because really you should just have one thing. Anyway, I'm gonna try not to freak out about that too hard. So we have Justice. Justice is looking like Michelle Pfeiffer in that movie. So about the Cuban crime lord. What's that called again? Anyway, like look. So, and I mean, and I'm not gonna like I know I can hear people like saying the title of it, but it's not like quite hitting my brain. But I will say it eventually. So yeah, there's this feeling of like maybe you were in situations that seemed a bit sketchy and out of character, like stupid or dangerous, perhaps even. But justice has come to like set your energy like to at the more truthful place. So the carrying on is kind of over, I feel. And there's this sense of peace when you truly like become balanced. And when you feel balanced, you make better decisions, and then those decisions are just in balance with other people's lives, even if they express them as disappointment, or like, let's say you're breaking up with someone. Maybe you're not meant to be with them and they're meant to be with someone else, and then that can create the balance that's necessary in that situation, like, or whatever it is that we're talking about that you created, whether it doesn't always have to be romantic. It can be a creative project or family dynamic or friendship dynamic or whatever. It's crazy. I'm starting to hear like a touch of French accent in my voice, but that's like, okay, I'm not used to that. So also we have the colors of like orange and green. So it's like, creative sexual energies and love energies too, being yeah. And so anyway, when I look at this card, it's like this real sense of maturity. It's like, yeah, I've been there, like in Michelle Pfeiffer's character's case in that movie. Oh my gosh, it's such a famous movie. Why can't I remember what it's called? I have to go through the alphabet. Maybe I'll Google it because it's driving me nuts. This is called like aging and how like memory or stress. I'm not sure. It's probably stress. Okay. It's my video, so I get to take as long as I want. How do you even spell her name? Her name is like really crazy. It's like driving me nuts. Okay, what is that called? Scarface, of course. Okay. Right. But I don't know, like Scarface, like his name is Tony Montana. I would have called the movie like Tony Montana. Tony Montana goes to Miami, or I don't know. But like Scarface is harder to remember. So yeah, so she was like living the life in Scarface, and now like she Spirit has come to remind her of like who she truly is. So in your case, or the Divine Masculine's case, he's like had this moment of balance and like feeling like themselves again, truly at their core. And it's like just that creates a justice, because when you feel balanced and truly yourself, you're going to make decisions that are just, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So you may still look like you still got the vibes of having lived the Scarface lifestyle, but in her case, but now you're in the power of like in that energy of justice and stuff, because you want this total fulfillment, like a real relationship. Makes me all quiet and stuff when I get like a card like this, because it's like the energy is really coming down and manifesting, and it's like makes everything seem like thicker and harder for me to like work through, which is, it's good. And there's people laughing outside, so that's like a good high five to this card. I mean, what can you say about the Ten of Cups? Like, it was a long trip to get there, to assemble all of these cups. Like, it's no easy task, going through a lot and then having to balance yourself, and then like having to, potentially edit your life of like people and situations to become like whole within yourself and the other person too, in order to come together with your full set of fulfillment, overflowing abundance. And it's no easy task, but when you arrive, it's like really awesome. And in my deck, I got the coming together, togetherness, partnership card, which is just echoing that. And I also got these two cards, the Five of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So there was a lot of arguing and fighting, and there was a lot of choice before. It was like almost too much abundance, But for the balanced person, all this choice can be good. Like if you're good at working with a lot of projects on the go, or, but in some decks, the Seven of Cups is like the, being mesmerized by choice and it's like a distracting kind of thing. So it can mean for some people that they had like multiple partners or like a lot of things on the go at once, whether it's like creative, romantic, whatever. In this particular deck, she looks like she's pretty adept at balancing all of that abundance. So I'm curious to look at the definition in the mother piece. See how, because every deck is different, right? Just so you know, I'm available for distance healing and psychic readings. I do tarot primarily just to say hi and to like describe the energies of the day when I have time to do a reading. But my main focus in spiritual practice is like Reiki Master, psychic healing, triple flame healing, and psychic readings that are like combined with the healing session. It's not as fun for me just to give a psychic reading because I could also like help with the energy. So it's a bit like having your hands tied, just giving a straight up psychic reading. It's like psychic readings are like Google Maps. It's like you may want to take this route, but then a healing session is like more like a going up levels in a video game where the whole terrain is different. It's like a better sim world, kind of thing. It's the best way I can describe that. All right. So the Seven of Cups in the Mother Piece deck is sensual dreams, bright ideas, astral plane dreaminess. That's nice. Yeah, so okay, let me just focus on. Might as well read Five of Swords while we're at it. The sting, a bummer, results of a negative pattern. Okay, so because these two came together, it's like because the divine masculine was like so much in his like sensual energy and like having so many partners or situations, it created like a sting because like there were too many people in conflict in this fighting over this masculine energy who I'm gonna see as the bee. And so this situation had to become balanced with justice in order to create like the harmony and like love situation that the masculine really wants, to have like togetherness and good fortune. The last card I have for this reading is the Princess of Cups. Like as usual in this deck, there's like a gazillion details on the card. So I'm just gonna like super quick jump over to the thing. All right, that actually took record time, not very long. Now if I can just read it. Sweetness, poetry, gentleness. Oh my god, I'm blind as a bat. Okay, reflective, kind, dreamy, imagination. That's nice. Let me see what I think when I look at it. So there's that. Yeah, I kind of feel like kinship between these two women. It's like the same person going through another feeling, and stuff. So I feel like the progression is like from the Justice in order to have the Ten of Cups. You have to kind of let go of like the past and the future, and just like be in the moment of your like dreaminess and the energies that are around you in order to access this like love and romance feeling. Because like it's easy to be distracted by like, let's say if you have exes, or let's say your ex is like super mad at you because you didn't do what they wanted, which was to give your life over to them. or like take care of them financially for all time, or like whatever it was that you was disappointing. Like, you know, if just merely spending time with them wasn't a gift enough, like there could be energies like that that are being pushy around you, like kind of like how the waters are like crashing around. But it's kind of like you can just step back slightly from that, as this person is. She's not like right in the water, but she's observing it. It's like, okay, these are the energies that are in my life right now. Let me see them like dance and play and describe themselves. And you know, there's this and there's that kind of thing going on. And just trust that the universe is like aligning you and bringing you to what you, even better than what you would want. Like, because you can say, like, let's say you meet someone and you get like a crush on them and you're like, oh my gosh, like they're the best person ever, like I just want this thing to work out. But then you're like totally blind to something like potentially even like 1,000 times better, and you can't even believe what the universe wants to give you. It's like what you want like times a million. So you can't like get hung up on like the first person that smiles at you, you know, really. So it's important just to trust and stay in that good zone of being connected with yourself, and just notice and observe the energies at play, and having that feeling of like dreaminess and abundance and love. And sorry, every time I talk, like my eyes water and my nose starts to run, so it's a problem. Yeah, because you have no idea. You have no idea like how beautiful things can be. And it's quite profound. But it requires you to connect with yourself. So it's like no matter what you've been through, when you're centered and balanced, everything's good. And everything will like fall into place so that you can like actually have this. Because if you're always in this energy of like playing with too many, getting like distracted by like 1,000,001 people's energy, whether it's like sexual or projects or whatever, and then being in conflict, you're not able to feel balanced and have like all your dreams come true. I'm not gonna recap. I feel bad for the people who scrolled to the end of the video and then I didn't recap. I'm gonna take a trip soon, and it's very likely that I won't be making a reading for unless I have like insane awesome like web access and Wi-Fi and stuff where I am. But it's likely, just heads up, it's likely that I might not do a video for 2.5 weeks. But if for some reason I really like, I'll bring maybe 2 decks, but I don't want to bring too much stuff. Or I could just do like a psychic reading without cards. I don't know. Like I don't want to like not be your pal for that long, but at the same time, I'm just saying heads up, like I might be too busy. But anyhow, it's not like that taxing to make a video, I suppose. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna send you guys a little bit of good energy for that meantime. Just 1 second. I feel like some of the audience is like, are there highly critical people? And they're like, what? Why is this video like that? Why are you, what, you know, like really nitpicky? That's okay. You can be like that. I don't generally look at or respond to comments like directly on the video because I have a life and it takes up time. But I can connect with you this way, like psychically. And you can also, if you want a session, you can contact me by email. If I didn't put the information in the box below this one, then on another video of mine, you will see the information. And hopefully, hopefully soon, my life will become more like easy or predictable. I don't know. I don't want to put too much pressure on that because then I'm like going against my own reading. But anyhow, there's been a lot going on. And when the universe decides that I can be productive in other ways, that I look forward to that too. But I do prioritize doing healing work for people because it's really enjoyable and it helps people feel good. So anyway, I really hope you have a great day. And I hope you have a great time between now and the next time we talk. And all the best to you.